What I'm going to talk about now is almost anathema in Toastmasters International. Because in Toastmaster clubs, we teach speaking in a certain way. We teach communication skills through various steps, and these steps work. But what I'm going to talk about now will definitely go against the grain as far as Toastmasters is concerned, and it's this. You've heard the expression winging it. In other words, talking about a subject just off the top of your head without any rehearsal. Now we do that, of course, in table topics, but in our formal speeches, in those 5 to 7 minute speeches, those 6 to 8 minute speeches, and those longer speeches, we are expected to take certain steps, such as thinking about it, constructing it, writing it out, rehearsing it, etc. And this works. But if you are a long-time Toastmaster, and certainly a long-time speaker, who has been speaking for decades, you know that this is not often the best way to do it. I have been speaking to audiences now for getting on to 50 years. And over the last few years, often when I get up to give a presentation, a so-called rehearsed 5 to 7 minute speech, I haven't rehearsed it at all. What I do know is I know enough about the subject in which I'm speaking that I can come up with an interesting introduction, summarise it at the end, and put in all what's needed to make it a great presentation, simply because of two things. Years and years of practice of public speaking, and also years and years of knowing a particular topic. Now, I'm very interested, and have been for at least my early 30s, in such things as what are we, who are we, the metaphysical, the spiritual. These things are not religious. They are uniform across all cultures. Such things as wanting to be happy, how to know yourself, how to approve of yourself, self-realization. These are the subjects that I can talk about now without having to rehearse them. And I know it works because in my presentations at the club, when I give this type of presentation, when I'm called to speak, I nearly always get best speaker of the night. When I sit down at the end of it, I know I've done well. So what I'm saying here is, once you reach a certain level of speaking, and you know your subject matter because it's something you've been passionate about all of your life, or certainly for many, many years, you can talk about it. You can get up there and you will be every bit as passionate and every bit as profound and every bit as effective as somebody who has spent hours and hours rehearsing and presenting a practice speech. Now, such a speech that I'm talking about, this off the cuff or winging it, might not win you a contest in Toastmasters International. It won't, because you're not practicing word for word, gesture for gesture, stagecraft for stagecraft, none of that stuff. You are coming from the real you, communicating the real you, how you feel in your heart to the audience. They know it, they feel it, and when they accept it, you've done well. As I said, you might not win a Toastmaster contest doing this, certainly at the higher level, but as far as influencing, persuading, transforming an audience, it's probably the best way, really the best way to reach them.